Start game now. Pac is back again. Welcome guys to another edition of the No Swear Gamer. I'm joined by Pac-Man today because we're going to look at another version of his game, this time for the Nintendo Entertainment System, brought to you by Tengen. And this is exactly the same game, except this is the black version that came out before they were an official licensee of Nintendo. You'll notice on the cover, we have no seal of quality, but we do have I don't know. We do have a name on there, but on this one we do have the Nintendo seal of quality because they finally got their act together as far as the licensee is concerned. So we got some standard Pac-Man art with some ghosts chasing him in the background as he goes across that classic maze. But is it any good or not? Let's go ahead and pop it into our Nintendo Entertainment System and find out how Pac-Man plays on the Big N system. Let's go to the game. Pac-Man was originally brought over to the Nintendo in 1989 by Tengen. Now, Tengen would actually release it a few times. You have your standard black cartridge, a black cartridge that's called the Anniversary Edition, and you also have the gray cartridge as well. Later on, Namco would regain the rights and release it under their own name in 1993. But no matter what version you play, it's all the same exact game, except for maybe a minor change on the copyright screen. It is a maze game for 1 or 2 players alternating. In Pac-Man, the goal is to earn as many points possible while avoiding ghosts by eating dots, fruits, and when energized, eating ghosts as well. Everyone knows that story, but let's make it a little bit fresher. One day there was a guy named Bob. He couldn't stop eating, so he went to Weight Watchers, where the employees there gave him the name Pac-Man because of the sound he made when eating. Bob was not really a good Weight Watcher guy. He would often sneak over to TGI Fridays. One day while there, 4 of the counselors named Winnie, Minnie, Skinny, and Clyde decided to go over and bring him back. While on his way back, they fell into a portal and they're now in an eternal purgatory where Pac-Man must continue eating without stopping and the ghost must continue to try and chase him down to get him to stop eating the entire time. While in the maze, Pac-Man will get 10 calorie points for every little dot of butter he eats. He will also get 50 calorie points for every giant ball of lard he eats. When he eats the ball of lard, he can energize and now eat the ghost counselors. If he eats 1 counselor while energized, he'll get 200 points. If he's able to eat 2, he'll get 400, 3 will net him 800 extra points, and the 4th ghost will get him 1600 points. All those points will add together, so it pays to eat the ghost when energized before you lose your powers. Once he earns 10,000 calorie points, he will earn an extra life. When the ghosts are eaten, they return to the middle of the maze as a pair of eyes. Once in the middle of the maze, they enter a portal that sends them to Atari 2600 Haunted House, where they must find 3 magical pieces of an urn to return to the maze with their reformed ghost bodies. Pac-Man also gets bonus points for eating several candied fruit. One thing about the game is there is no true ending to Pac-Man, but occasionally you will get to see a small intermission scene in between mazes, which I think is really cool and a nice touch. This version of Pac-Man has no continues. If you lose all your lives, you must start back at the beginning of the maze. Just in case you're wondering, the real names of the ghosts are Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. I love Clyde. Clyde's awesome. So what did I think of the game? Well, graphically, it's pretty much as close as you can get to the arcade machine without being arcade perfect, which says a bit about the Nintendo. It's not much graphically, but it is pretty good. Music-wise, likewise, it represents the original arcade sounds well on the NES. Nothing that's going to blow your socks off, but basically what you're getting is a good arcade port on the NES. And of course, this is a family-friendly game. On eBay, the loose prices go for about $7 to $10. Unless you're talking about the Namco release, then the loose prices can actually go upwards to $20 and $25. Complete and box releases of the game for the Tengen version can go $15 to $20, where the Namco can earn $50 to $60. Over on Facebook, I asked people what they thought of this game. The 2 dudes in the NES podcast actually responded, say yes sir, and we podcasted about it, and you can check it out. Just go over to iTunes and look up 2 dudes and a NES. And I am an honorary dude, hence I'm also the No Swear dude as well as the No Swear gamer. Matthew said that he had it and he could never get past the 3rd level, and I'm about right where you are, Matthew. I'm not very good at this game. It does have arcade difficulty, and for me it's very difficult. I can get to the first intermission, but that's about it. So would I recommend it? Well, first of all, if you were a kid back during this time when it came out, and previously you had played the Atari 2600 version, this version would have blown off your socks. It is almost nearly arcade perfect, especially compared to the Atari 2600 version. So if you're a Pac-Man fan, I would definitely recommend you get it if you don't have it already, or another near arcade quality version as well. Me, personally, I enjoy it for a little bit, but I'm so bad about it, I just can't get very far. So it's good to scratch the Pac-Man itch once in a while, but that's about it. So where am I going to rank it? Well, I'm looking at my list, and let's see. I'm going to think it's kind of a middle-of-the-road game for me, just because I'm not the biggest Pac-Man fan. I enjoy Pac-Man, but when it's this hard and there's no options to continue, which is pretty much just like the arcade, it does take a little bit of enjoyment out of it for me personally. So where am I going to rank it? Well, let's look around where Kung Fu is at, another arcade game, and I think I'd rather play Kung Fu at 6, but Pinball on the Nintendo, while I do enjoy it in spurts, I think I'd rather play Pac-Man than Pinball. So Pac-Man is going to be my number 7 game. So once again, I just want to give a shout out to the two dudes in the nest. Be sure to check them out. And I want to thank you for giving me a little part of your day. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. It really encourages video people like myself. Thank you guys again for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time right here on the No Swear Dude. Take care, everybody. I'll see you later.